Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Smokin Sprint Car Cup Series here in Newton, Iowa for the exhibition event and the start of what should be a great season. Well, actually, the beginning of before the season here on Full Throttle TV. My name is Brody Hanna. In the booth with me, Richie Coy, Tony Solari. Richie, we're getting out here kind of late, but the cars are lined up. They've qualified, and they're getting ready to go here on this tricky track.
Yep, we got qualifying done and over with. We got fixed setup tonight, so we got everybody going out with the same setup, running some really close, fast times. We looks like we're going to have two heat races tonight and 8 lap heat races, and I can't wait to see these guys get out and on the racetrack.
That's right, Tony, and we're looking at the starting lineup here. Chad Beesing is going to start our first heat on front row with the Kenneth Bradstock machine, number 74. Jeff Naron, Wayne Bridges, Mark Brinkhemp, David Balsari, Bobby Gibson, and Dan Withers are all rolling off to start their first um,
First
pace
heat.
laps. Yeah.
Yeah, these are a handful of a car to drive, and I'm actually kind of excited now. We're finally going to actually see a bunch of these guys finally taking some laps around here. And from our experience the other night, practicing on them and just trying them out, they are a handful. And I am just really excited to see what we're going to see tonight because this could be a diamond in the rough, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Well, we're about to see, I think they're going to take one more pace lap. But yeah, we're about to see some action. The format tonight, 8 laps for your heats. Are going to be 2 heats, and then we're going to go straight into a main event, 60-lap feature. And the short track racing, Richie, you're kind of familiar with it, and you're interested to see how this works out.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what I do on for in real life. I run a full midget, which is actually a little bit smaller than what these cars are. These are a pavement sprint car. It's got a V8 motor in it, very high horsepower, very lightweight car. Got big sticky Hoosier tires on them. So they should be really fun, really twitchy, and really exciting to watch.
To throw all something else into the mix, we're going to be racing into the night, so track conditions are going to change here at Iowa Speedway. We're going to see them pick up grip, but that long race, 60 laps, you're probably going to see them lose some grip as well. So we'll see how all that plays out.
Yeah, I expect this is a true Saturday night format. We practice in the afternoon, and we'll run our heat races towards right as evening, and then our features go at night. So keeping up with the racetrack and the conditions is part of the deal. So as we go green here.
As a matter of fact, we are. We're green flag here, 8 laps to get it done here, and the front two are still side by side. But you see the guys on the inside having a little bit more. As I say that, the outside takes the lead.
Yeah, they're running. We got almost three wide coming off the 20 here. They got some great side by side action going here. It looks like you can run either high or low with these cars at this point.
Absolutely. And one thing I found it, Tony, we actually tested this car. We played around with this a little bit. And man, these things are a handful. But I did see that the high side was an option. You felt a lot more secure, a lot more stable, and you could carry a little more speed up there.
Yeah, well, kind of like what Richard was saying. You can run them high, you can run them low. It's really just about a momentum and when to really squeeze on that throttle because they get so twitchy, especially in the corners, even down the straightaway. And evasive maneuvers are almost non-existent, but I would love to test out their setup too. And they're looking really smooth and real clean right now.
Yeah, we're having a little issue with their timing and scoring up there, but we'll see if we can get that reloaded. But yeah, the battle for fourth, it kind of settled out. The front four kind of breaking away here, Richie, even though they're running a little bit different lines. But the front four is kind of put a little space on fifth place.
Yeah, top four basically running nose to tail here, and we got one guy that's trying a little bit different and everything. Because in order to pass somebody, sometimes you got to run a completely different line. But looks like we got somebody into the fence and into the wall in the back by the start finish line there.
Yeah, and I don't believe there'll be a caution here in the heat races, so he'll just have to get that gathered up and keep going here. Unfortunately, that's David Basari, and he's just going to pull it down out of the way.
Yeah,
Well,
well these. Sorry, go ahead, Tony.
yeah, well, he gets a new car at least, and I know there is a fast repair in the big feature too. So hopefully we won't see too much carnage, but at least I got an extra repair if needed.
Yeah, I think he was what? He was running fifth place, I believe. Isn't that right?
Yeah, he was in the front of the second pack there, and I'm watching him come off of pit road. It looks like the front of his car is all jacked up, so he's gonna probably just go ahead and park it and take it back and get ready for the big main event. So these cars tend to be, I don't know if everybody's familiar with them or not, but these cars run a straight axle in the front. And then what that is that's actually a axle um, that is one complete axle across the front of the car. So it's actually even got a track bar in the front, which actually in these realm they call them a panhard bar. So they run a panhard bar in the front and the rear of these cars.
That is an interesting design. I didn't even realize that. But thanks, Rich.
Yeah, so we just got the white flags out. Our scoring is all messed up, but there's checkered flag is out. Kenneth Bradstart's going to win your first heat tonight.
These guys did a fantastic job. Like I said, they were nose to tail there. Anybody slept up and the other person was going to get by, and I hope to see another great race in the second one here.
Absolutely. We had a little action after the finish there too.
I love the growl. They even got the growl with these cars. So the sprint cars with the big V8s and the straight pipes, they have a growl to them. And iRacing actually even captured that growl.
Yeah, they do sound good for sure.
See if I can reset our
Looks like they're
timing.
getting lined up for the second heat too.
Yep, looks like grid the second grid heat is on the grid. Looks like we have Evan Emick on the pole with Greg Drelling, Preston Cranmer in the second row with Ed Walk, followed by Brendan Biesinger and Brian Newington, and bringing up the rear is Ty Bostick. A lot of black cars in this one.
Yeah, there's some decent looking paint jobs in here too.
Yeah, one of the cool things you can do with the open wheel cars is you paint the chassis, and a lot of guys will go with that, like the 17 in the back there, where you'll do an contrasting chassis color to the paint scheme, or do an all black one like we're seeing right there. So it's a lot of fun things you can do with the paint with these cars.
Yeah, they're going to get one more pace lap. We're going to go green here. What are we looking for in this 8-lap heat race?
It's going to be another short race, so we're going to have to keep our eyes peeled. Hopefully, it'll be the same though. Nice, clean, good race. We're probably going to see some good passes on the outside. Looked like the outside worked out pretty good for the beginning of the race.
You know, the mentality you get with the heat race here is completely different when you do a one of the longer races. And with 8 laps, you can't mess around. You can't save tires. You can't save fuel. You just got to get on the loud pedal and just get it to the front as quickly as you can.
I was waiting for that reference, the loud pedal. There it is. Yeah, they're going to come around again. They're going to have an 8-lap heat race, and I don't know why it says 5 laps. I don't know what's going on with their timing and scoring. Unfortunately, it's been kind of buggy.
We got to talk to the producer about that.
Yeah, I got to talk to somebody.
Pace car is down, waiting for the green flag to come out, and there it is, and they're off.
77 got a really good run up there, off the start.
You know, one of the cool things about Iowa is that, again, the top and the bottom being able to run both lines. Really a lot of room for these cars to get side by side as they're running the 35 and the 35 is run on the outside there. And I think, oh, no, coming back on the inside. What a good race. This is going into one here.
Yeah, so the battles for second. First place is ran off. Evan Amick out front. Greg Drilling and Preston Kramer side by side. There's Kramer in the 12 and Drilling in the 35. And the fourth place way high up the track. I think it's Brendan Basinger running that really high side.
I'll tell you, if second and third can get single file, they might be able to get them, because the two of them combined look like they're almost getting ready to catch a 77 of Evan.
I think one to watch is that white number 22 who started shotgun on the field, and he's already passed 2 cars. He's up to fifth, and he's caught up to fourth there, looking to get some more. As the field is actually shrinking here, as the 2 guys running side by side has kind of caught the leader a little bit.
Well, Greg Drilling finally got around Brendan, and looks like he's making a pull for the lead here.
Yeah, to the inside. He's made a heck of a shot there going to the inside, and I think he led that lap. He might actually have the lead going into one here.
He got it to stick real nice down there, and let's see if he could drive away. And actually, it looks like he is.
We got 6 cars here under a blanket in this heat race. What a great race they got going on here.
Yeah, it looks like third place and fourth place might even have a shot for second place.
I'm too busy watching. I can't even sit here and commentate it. I'm too busy watching as the 8 looks to the inside for third. Looks like Greg in the 35. Once he got the lead here, he's kind of checked out a little bit here on the early race leader in the 77 of Evan Amick. Sorry, these names are new, and I apologize if we're calling anybody any names wrong here. Please make sure to go ahead and let us know if we go ahead and get your name wrong, and we'll make that adjustment as we go forward.
Yeah, if they want to.
I will second that. I'm sure I'm going to be butchering somebody's names at some point.
If they want to correct us, all they got to do is finish in top 3 in the main.
There you go. That works every time. What a battle. 22 is up on the high side, and I believe that was actually coming to the checkered flag there.
Wow, these things go by in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Heat races, baby. Heat races. Gotta love heat races.
All right. Well, it looks like the field actually gets inverted too for the feature. Interesting.
All right. Well, let's see. Hey, we may have we got our graphics back, guys. We're going to be able to do this. All right. So let's go to the grid right quick. We'll look at the grid as they line up here. Tyler Bostic for the main is going to start on the pole. Outside of him is going to be Wayne Bridges. Starting in third is going to be the 8 of Brendan Basinger. Fourth is going to be Kevin Brinkamp in the 78. Fifth is going to be the 12 of Preston Kramer. Sixth is going to be the 23 of Basinger. The 77 of Amick starts 7th. 8th is Jeff Nairn. Greg Drilling, who ran so well in that last heat, starts 9th. 10th is Kevin Bradstock. 11th is going to be Dan Withers. 12th, Ed Wack, sorry. As we scroll on down here.
13th is going to be Bobby Gibson. 14th is going to be Bryant Newinghampton. And 15th is David Baldessare, who had that unfortunate incident in his heat race. But it looks like they inverted the top 5 from each heat race. That should make it pretty interesting to see if these guys can come back up through the field and repeat their heat race wins.
It is going to be interesting. It's going to make it fun for us. We're going to be watching these guys come from the back. Remember, this is 60 laps. They do have one faster pair, and from what I can tell, the cautions are on as well, so these guys are going to be going for it.
This is going to go by pretty quick. If we have unless we have a lot of questions, this will go by real quick. They're making some really incredible laps here, lap times in the low 21s to 22 seconds here. So they're really really fast here at Iowa Speedway.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching too. It's going to be kind of hectic here, I imagine, for the first 10 laps or so. You're going to have all these back guys that had started, that won their heat races, and they're just going to be wanting to get through this field. And I think that's where we're going to see a lot of the fun happen.
Yeah, I got my eye on probably 2 cars here coming from the back. Greg Drilling from 9th. See if he can make up some spots. And then Bobby Gibson from 13th. But even Baldessar had some issues there in his heat. Let's see if he can recover from that, maybe start from the back and come to the front too. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see, and we're getting ready to take the green flag.
2 by 2 by 2 all the way back and waiting for the pace car to fall off, and there he goes. Makes that sharp turn into the
Green
infield and
flag.
waiting for Barney to throw that green flag, and there they go.
Green flag's out, we're underway, and the leader gets a pretty good jump there. Bostic out front. The battle's for second, 3 wide.
We got 3 wide.
When 2 wide won't do, go right up through the middle. That's what I always say.
Ooh, boy, they're getting racy real early here up front. This is good. We got Preston Kramer looking for the lead on the outside.
They are still 2 by 2 all the way back through the field, as even the guys running for 5th and 6th are side by side. We got racing all over this racetrack here.
I'm sure Ty Bostic is going, where you guys going? What are we doing? We're just trying to, get our tires warm and get going.
Well, field is kind of singled out going down the backstretch here as the top 4 now of single file here, and maybe just trying to get some laps going here before they start duking it out again, and hopefully maybe run away from all the guys in the heat races that won the heat races, get up to the front here as we get a battle for the lead.
It looks like the 92 slipped up a little bit. A couple cars went by him.
Well, don't look now, guys, but look who's in 5th. Greg Trailing up to 5th place already after starting towards the back there.
Yeah, he was one of the guys that had passed Wayne a little while ago, and yeah, he just checked out on the 2 of them.
Still a 3-way battle up here for the lead right now. You got Brinkham leading, Kramer second, and then Bostic third.
One of the things that you don't actually attribute to this open wheel racing is at a track like this, you're actually going to get a little bit of a draft from the guy in front of you, believe it or not, and it's going to help you pull up behind the guy in front of you going down the back stretch or the front stretch.
You're absolutely right. One thing these guys kind of remind me of, like when the modifieds go to New Hampshire, you see a lot of drafting there as well. You wouldn't think too much about an open wheel car drafting, but you're exactly right. You do get kind of a draft on these straightaways.
And it's enough that you actually hear a pickup in the RPM, so you actually do feel it in the car and when you're driving. And again, here we go for another shot for the lead there, as I believe that's the 12 that's looking underneath the the 12 looking underneath the 78.
It's funny how tough, Tony, it is. It looks like it's tough to pass down there on the bottom and kind of keep your momentum up. These guys, this car, of course, is a 1-gear car, so you've got to keep those RPMs up. And I think running the high side is really helping these guys.
Well, the car is so twitchy, making it stick low, I can just only imagine it's got to be a lot harder. You could definitely have a bigger arc on the outside, which, less wheel input, so you could get a little bit more momentum. These things are so touchy on throttle. I mean, you want to get to the throttle as much as you can, but, if you hit it too hard, you're spinning.
We're on board with Mark Brimkamp. Looking back at this battle for second, he keeps coming down and covering the bottom. Kramer keeps trying to get to the bottom there. Bostic up high, but he's watching these guys battle behind. Oh, he's watching. Kramer may be there. Nope.
And with all that going on, guess who just pulled into 4th place?
Greg Drilling in the number 35. Here he comes. We're on board with him on the roll bar cam. A cool little cam here on this car. And you can see he's kind of catching these guys, watching these guys battle. He's moved into 4th place and just waiting to pounce.
Yeah, he's gaining quick too, and the battle for second is still kind of going on. Our leader Mark has got barely half a second on second.
We're coming around this time by to complete 10 laps. 10 of 60 have already clicked off, so they get it done quickly here.
Now I've scrolled back a little bit to look back here at the pack about midway back here, about 7th, 8th, and 9th, and what a battle they got going on back here. So it's not even up front that we got 2 wide, 3 wide guys dicing it out. I'm looking at the 77 to Evan Amick and the guys around him that are just running side by side. There's dive bombs, there's side by sides, action all over the place.
Well, let me say this too, that I'm really impressed by the way these guys are racing around here, because we all know we've tried these cars. This car is not an easy car to drive, and these guys are making it look extremely easy out here.
Exactly, and I mean just to have them, you have a 4-car pack leading the race, and then you got a 6-car pack, battling for their positions, and it's I'm impressed. Like I say, this might be a diamond in the rough here, because they are a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're fun, and they put on. Ooh, we see the Oh, we got a wreck. Wayne Bridge is up and over. And that's going to be our first caution. We just saw it back there on the backstretch. Got loose off the corner, chased it all the way down the backstretch, and finally it caught and turned him back up into the fence. So he'll come in and get his fast repair.
Yeah, and that was just kind of like we were saying. You get too squirrely down the straightaway to make an avoidance, and it can end your night pretty quick. Fortunately, he's got another fast repair, so he's gonna be able to get that thing fixed up and get back with the group. And that's it, though. That's all he's got. So hopefully he could keep her clean.
Richie, now I know we don't usually pit with these cars, but it'll be interesting to see if these guys decide to come down. I don't believe they have tires. Maybe they do. I guess maybe they do because they are coming in. So we'll see if. Well, actually, some of them are coming in. There's looks like Preston Kramer's staying out.
Yep, looks like one guy's staying out, and not knowing what the tire wear is, that could be a sitting duck situation where he was hoping one or two more guys stayed out to kind of give us a buffer to the guys pitting, but it does not look like he's going to have a buffer, and he could be a sitting duck.
So these guys come to their pit stop. Let's see if they do raise the car and change tires here. I didn't know that you could change tires.
Well, there was the
Oh,
question too if there was going to be some fuel, if we
that's
were even
true.
going to be able to make it. So some people are coming in, maybe just get a top off, and
That was it.
hopefully they'll have enough.
That was
Yep,
it. He
that
came in for fuel. That was it.
Yep, that's what it looked like. I didn't see the way those pit stops were. They were too short to actually have tires. So now it becomes an issue of the guy with the that stayed out. Is he going to have enough fuel to make it to the end?
Well, we got to thank the guys that helped put on this show. So we're gonna take a quick second to thank them. Racing action from the Smoking Tires Sprint Car Cup Series is brought to you by Team 126 Racing, your home for hard-nosed, short-track racing action from the UK. Like and follow them at facebook.com/Team126Racing. By Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing and experience immersion on a whole new level. Visit thebuttkicker.com to see all of their amazing products today. By Track Racer, experience refined gaming for yourself, including the new Alpine Racing TRX system. For more information, visit trackracer.com today. And by Edwards Setup Shop, proud setup provider of the Smoking Tires Sprint Car Cup Series. Visit facebook.com/Edwards Setup Shop for more information. And as we get back underway here, we do have to give a shout out to Edwards Setup Shop. That's one thing we saw when we tried these cars, that they were kind of a handful to drive, but looks like he's got the setup dialed in for these cars.
The setup, yeah, it does look pretty good. They're definitely not driving what we were driving the other night because I was expecting a wreck every lap, to be honest, from what we experienced. But these guys are doing it clean. They're looking fast. They're looking really good.
They absolutely are. Like I said, they're making it look easy. I'm sure the setup's part of it, but these drivers, I mean, they've really honed their talents and abilities here to be able to muscle these cars around here. You saw how quick it got away in that last wreck. Actually, we'll go back and look at that right quick. Look at the accident that brought out the caution. We'll show you just how quickly these things can get away from you.
Yeah, and from what I remember looking back at it myself, he just got a little twitchy, and he just couldn't hold it straight. And that's kind of what happens with these cars. These short wheelbases, these big tires, they dig in. And we're going green again, though.
Looks like a single file restart as we're going green here on the front stretch. Barney throwing that green flag.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to start double file with these cars. Now we did the start and seemed to be fine, but maybe they decided to do single file here as we go into off of 2, and again Kramer picks up the lead here from staying out. Question is, does he have enough fuel to finish here?
Well, I'm wondering maybe if that question what gave him because they counted question laps here, so I'm wondering if the question was enough to get him to the end or not. But this definitely jumbled up the running order a bit, and looks like the third place car just got a little wiggly coming out, and he's going to lose one, maybe two spots going into 3.
Yeah, it was a good job though, collecting that car because we've seen what happens when you can't. Although it looks like he's slowing up the 8 behind him.
Yeah, that would be the 17 of Brian Newington. I believe he was running towards the rear of the field, and he was one of two guys that stayed out under that caution flag. As looks like he's going back there a little bit as everybody else is coming to the front after their pit stop.
He does. He seems a little off pace there. You guys are talking about the 17 of Newham. Don't know what happened there, but he is falling back. And unfortunately, like we said, that wreck with Wayne Bridges, he's back there by himself as well, probably just trying to stay out of trouble at this point. Meanwhile, up front, Kramer continues to lead. You got Mark Brinkamp running second, Tyler Bostic running third, and Greg Drilling still hanging around in there in fourth place.
Yeah, kind of spread out, and they're just looking to cut some lapse times and just get some of these laps gone through and keep it clean. And doesn't look like anybody's really making too much moves now. Although the 8 looks like he's starting to make a run on the 23 of Chad.
Yeah, these guys, we complete lap 22, starting lap 23 now, so we're getting close to halfway here. And again, these laps click by pretty quickly for these cars, and so you only got a few laps to get it done. They know the pressure's on, but you also want to kind of take care of those tires.
Yeah, you got like I said, you got a large horsepower on them rear tires, and if you slip them those rear tires too much, you'll burn that right rear right off the car. So 60 laps on one of these right rears with all that horsepower is going to be a tall tale, a tall thing to ask. Everybody hitting that loud pedal every single lap, just trying to burn that right rear tire off.
Yeah, you're starting to see the cars move around a little bit more too, Tony. Looking at Kenneth Bradstock back here make a pass. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't made more ground up than he has, but the cars are starting to dance around a little bit on exit.
For sure. And I'm kind of surprised Greg Drilling has not kind of caught the top 3. They kind of checked out from him. He was making a really strong run, before we had the caution, and just kind of waiting on him to make that move.
Ooh, close for second place there, and boy, it was a good save by Brinkamp, I believe. No, Tyler Bostic on the bottom there to keep from making contact, but they got really close there. They're still mixing it up in front of him. If I'm Greg Drelly, I may be sitting back here just waiting, letting them burn their stuff up, and with 10, 15 to go, maybe start pressing.
Well, he can't wait too long because he's got Chad Biesinger and his brother, or I'm assuming a relative of some sort, Brendan Biesinger, right on his tail.
That's right. We're looking off the back of Greg Drilling, looking back at the Biesinger brothers. I don't know if they're brothers, cousins, whatever they are, but they are starting to make some inroads here on Greg Drilling.
We have a bid for the lead here, side by side. The 78 is moved to the inside to try to take the lead, and the 22 is there. There's a 3-car battle for the lead going on here.
No kidding. And boy, they're getting up close and personal here. Boy, these cars are starting to dance on the exit, man. I'm seeing them. They're just starting to get sideways. And looks like the 78 of Brinkamp's going to try to clear him off the corner and does so, takes the lead.
This is what I was expecting to have happen is the leaders started to mix it up a little bit. Guess who has now right on their tail, not only the 35, but also looks like the 28. So we have right now we have a 5-car battle right here for the lead.
And 5, soon to be 7 cars, because those 2 behind you, like you said, behind him are starting to ease in too as well. But they've got to be careful. If they're not careful, Brinkamp will step out and pull away from these guys with them battling for second right now.
Well, we're halfway through, so they got to decide when is the time to go. And honestly, I can't believe we're already halfway through. So they got to start making some moves now.
It is halfway for sure, and man, these guys are. I'm just excited. Oh, we saw Drilling. I can't believe he caught that.
Nice job. Oh my.
I just caught that on the corner of the broadcast there, and he did. He kind of took off 4. Man, what a save.
That was so good. I just went back to watch it again. Yeah, he just got loose a little loose right there at the start finish line, and the car went real light on him, and down the racetrack he went and did a great job saving that thing, keeping it from wadding it up.
Yeah, just in perspective, these guys are getting loose on the straightaways, not on the corners.
Yeah, it's off the corner, and yeah, on the straightaway just to hold. Well, that's when you're putting the power down. It's like Richie was talking about when you get on that loud pedal, and tires. Sometimes they don't like that.
That's the power, yeah. And Greg is still fighting it a little bit, coming through that tri-oval.
And I looked at the setup a little bit before we came on the air here, and they do everything in their power with these cars to really tighten them up. They only get about 2.5 inches of stagger, and They got really high cross weight in these cars to try to keep them as straight as possible. Oh, looks like the 12 got sideways there. Um,
Yeah, it was a Kramer. That was a good save for him too, man. We're seeing more and more of that. These cars are starting to get evil on them, but man, I just the racing is that's some great racing. I mean, you can tell these guys are driving as hard as they can, doing all they can to control. Ooh, that was close.
But Chad Biesinger is on the move. He went, I think he was sixth a couple laps ago. He's already back up to third. He's passed Greg Drillin and the 12, and he's got his sights set on first and second there. I think he's even catching them, catching them. So I'd watch that 23. It's that black and yellow car in third there.
He is. He's moved himself. We say that every time. These guys are hanging on, coming off these corners, and you know what? The thing though, it shows the talent of these drivers to be able to hold on to something like that. As we see second place kind of do the same thing there.
Yeah, he was running that second groove, and Mark's running the low line, and he was starting to make some gain on him. But again, he just got to be careful with that pedal and just get as much power as you can out of it.
I think what happens, and Richie, you may be able to speak a little to this, being that you're kind of familiar with something like this. You start getting impatient. You start pushing it farther, 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 and finally you step over the grip level that the rear tire has, and it steps. You know, you start seeing the guys drive away, and you're trying to push even harder.
Well, yeah, that's what ends up happening is you know you got to go. It's a 60 lap race, so you got to get to the front. You got to get there and try to stay there as quickly as you can. And you try just to get that little bit extra out of your car. You try to go in just a little bit deeper. You try to get on the gas a little bit quicker, and you get to the point where the tires are like, "Not today, buddy," and there you go sideways.
Still some great racing action. I think the battle is going to be for second here shortly. You were talking about Chad Biesinger. He's up to third, and he's starting to put pressure on Tyler Bostic for second place.
Now, normally in an open wheel car, you don't have a mirror, so you don't usually know who's around you. But with iRacing, I'm pretty sure the 22 knows that the 23 is on the move and is on his rear bumper there because you get the virtual mirror with iRacing. So,
Do you guys have crew chiefs? Or I'm sorry, spotters as well in these cars, or no? It's just basically what you feel out there on the track.
USAC might allow you to run with the sprint cars. They may allow you to run with spotters because the high horsepower, the bigger tracks and stuff like that. So USAC, I do believe, and that's USAC is the United States Auto Club. They're the sanctioning body of pavement sprint cars in the country, and so USAC may allow spotters with these cars. Yes.
I just know we have spotters in iRacing here, so it kind of helps us as well. But yeah, these guys are um, able to use all those aids, the spotter, the mirror. They get all that information. It's just a matter of what you do with it. And right now, what Brinkamp's doing with it is starting to kind of pull away from these guys. You start to see the guys kind of space out, or yeah, stretch out a little bit of a gap between each other.
Well, we definitely got a little bit of a race going on in positions 9, 10th, and 11. They have been dicing it up, and it looks like right now we are looking at Jared Naren. He's the winner of that so far. 6 and 7, they've been dicing it too. It looks like Brandon had washed up. He was running the high outside line, trying to make some moves on Evan, and looks like he got a little washed up and just couldn't close in on him. So they're still fighting it out though.
Yeah, him and Evan Amick, they're side by side. Evan gets the best of him, and in front of him, Preston Kramer has a moment, so coming off the corner in the 12. So these guys kind of bunched up here, and we see
We might be going 3 wide again.
I was gonna say Amick shot to the outside, got a great run off turn 4, and was able to get to the outside of Kramer.
Yeah, this will be interesting because he was running the low line earlier. Now he's going to try the high line to get over Preston here. Oh, and he just tapped the wall.
The leaders just went through some lap traffic there.
I'm actually pretty impressed with the 45. That's David Baldessari. He's the one that wrecked in the heat race, and he's working on coming up to 8th here. Started 15th on the field, and he's up to just took over the 8th spot. So he's got a good recovery going on here in this feature.
Yeah, he's slow and steady. He's making his way up through there. But we're running out of time, guys. We've got 14 laps remaining. Just 14 laps to do it here at Iowa.
The looks like the 22. It's like every time the 78 gets a little bit of a gap, the 22 seems to be able to whittle it down, and then he'll get loose and lose a little bit, and then in 78 will get back away from him again. But the 78 is definitely on rails tonight. He's definitely done, I think, a good job of keeping that right rear under him.
Yeah, I've seen everybody else kind of stepping out. We've seen
We are three
Bostic
wide, or at least were.
back here for
Yeah.
it's like 6th, 7th on
Yeah,
back.
Brandon got by Preston. Preston had another little issue, and he got stuck in the sucker hole, and everybody went around him. I'm curious to know on
Whew.
the aero drag on some of these cars too. You know, we see guys getting up to them, but then they get a little loose. And you know, we never practiced with a decent amount of field, so who knows what the aero drag is on these things. Oh,
Save it! He saved it. Nope, nope. Yep. Oh my! I believe
That's,
he saved it. That's the 45 of David
ooh,
Baldessar.
yeah.
commentator's curse there. You were just
Yeah,
talking
sorry
about it.
about that. Yeah, I know, right? Sorry about that, David. But great save. He looked like he got checked up going down the backstretch there, and it just went sideways and sideways and sideways, and kept it out of the fence, kept it out of the inside wall, and managed to keep it going. That was
Yeah, we're looking
great
at it
driving there.
now. Here, coming out of the corner. Ooh, it looks like it got real close to the back of another car. Then it got sideways, almost clipped another car. Still sliding sideways in 3. Did clip the inside wall a little bit, but kept it going. Good job by him.
Yeah, that was pretty good there. It was I thought he wrecked it at least 4 times during that little that little wreck.
While we were watching that, it looks like Brinkamp's put some space on Bostic. I don't know what happened. Maybe Bostic had a moment there or what, but now he's being pressured by Chad Biesinger.
Yeah, I when you were going back on that replay, I went back up to the lead here, and the 22's been loose the last couple laps coming off the corners, and you could see him there. He could just did it right there. He's gotten really his car's gone really loose here as we've gotten into the late stages of this race.
Well, I was going to say too. You were talking about how Brinkamp was doing a good job of keeping his car under him. He's about the only one I haven't seen really step out and really been abusing his tires or getting too rough with it. And it looks like it's paying off here. It's Bostic continues to drop back. He's still under pressure from the 23 there.
We'll have to ask him if he does win this, how many cartons of eggs does he have underneath his pedals? Because yeah, he's been nice and clean, just running real smooth, and yeah, I haven't seen too much out of shape. And that's the problem with these cars. Once the second they get out of shape, it's so hard to correct them, and you really just got to let out and slow down just to collect yourself. But then you just get
Yellow.
steamrolled.
Sorry, Tony. There's a yellow on the track.
Oh well, as they say, this changes everything.
Let's go back and see if we can see what happened here.
I think it was 28, huh?
Oh, you got a little bit of the apron. Oh, off two and then straight into the wall. Yeah, the 67 of Dan Withers is what it was.
Oh yeah, there's not much left out.
No. So, question: do we pit? We have 5 laps to go. We do have a green white checkered here, I believe, as well. So we will we'll be getting back to racing. But if you can't take tires, I don't guess you would pit here if you got enough fuel.
Yeah, if you got
Right.
enough fuel in the tank, you're staying out. That's what I could tell you.
Yeah, I think we're set with tires. At this particular point, you got what you got, and if you don't need fuel, I'm not coming in.
Yeah.
All the pit, as Larry Mack would say, all my stuff, all the pit equipment's back on a truck and trailer already. We're over here eating ice cream.
I think you added that last part. Used like ice cream.
Who doesn't like ice cream?
You
Well,
see
we are going to have what, one green, white checkered? It looks like, or
I
we
think
might
so.
actually get one green lap.
I think it's a green white checkered, but either way, it's going to be a mad dash here towards the end. So
There's going to be a lot of loud pedals being pressed at the same time.
Looks like we got a lucky dog going on here. I'm not sure who that is.
it's Brian Newingham. Bryant Newingham. Sorry about that. He'll be your lucky dog. Get back on the lead lap here. And well, we'll see what we can do in 2 laps. You thought 8 laps was short. You got 2 laps to do it. Go.
2 laps. You
Don't
got
blink.
2 laps. We got 58 lap old tires, and it's going to be interesting because now everybody's going to be up on top of each other, and everybody thinks they got a chance now because we're got a restart coming here with 2 laps to go. So everybody's going to be up on the wheel trying to get whatever they can get on this restart.
This is gonna be a crazy finish. We'll see if the 78 can pull it off. He had a good long run car for sure, but I don't know. Ty was pretty strong early on.
And if you're just joining our broadcast, sorry about the short intro there. We had a little bit of a mix-up. Just knocking the rust off tonight with these guys on the Smoking Tires Sprint Car Cup Series. You're going to be catching this every Sunday night from here forward, except for the July 4th weekend. We will be off for that. But for the next 12 weeks, I believe, we'll be covering the action from these guys. I do have the schedule. The race next week, next Sunday, will be at Bristol, which I'm so excited about, guys, about going to Bristol with these cars. Should put on an awesome show. Should be a lot of fun, and I hope everybody will tune in for that as well.
These guys are going to Bristol. That's crazy. That's going to be super fast.
You think that's crazy? The week after that, we go to my home state, Darlington, South Carolina, and we'll be putting on a show from the Lady in Black with these cars. Now that is is interesting and intimidating at the same time, Tony.
Well, if you know me, you know how I feel about Darlington, and yeah, this is gonna be that I'm gonna be impressed. Needless to say,
Well,
because
listen,
it's gonna be crazy.
after what we've seen tonight with these guys in this car, I'm very excited about what we're going to see all throughout the season with these cars at these different racetracks. They put on one hell of a show tonight. They've had a lot of great racing, a lot of side by side racing. Um, and listen, if you're watching and you want to get in on this, you need to check out Smoking Tires Sprint Car Cup Series. Look them up on Facebook. Message the owner, Marshall Layton. Get in on this and come out here and have some fun because these cars look like a blast to drive. They are hard to drive, so be prepared for a challenge. But they have put on one heck of a show, and they look like a lot of fun.
So yeah, I just got the notice that this is their only green-white checkered. So there'll be one green-white checkered for these guys tonight.
All right, so we just had something happen to Newingham, who is on his lid in turn
Oh my
one.
goodness! Yeah, he's upside down.
He just cut the lucky dog. Let's go back and look at this. He's riding down the front stretch. What happened here?
He spun. Oh yeah, you got too much. He got over on his.
How
Yeah.
did he end up on his roof? Oh, just iRacing physics. Oh.
No, actually, believe it or not, you could do that with these cars. They have a lot of. So these cars tend to have a lot of offside, a lot of left side offset, and left side weight. Sorry, they going back to green. Let's go watch this great start here.
Sorry, we missed a start here. I had a little bit of lag, but Newcamp gets a great start coming off turn two. Brinkamp, sorry. Bostic second, Biesinger third, and Drelling fourth. And the battle looks like it's going to be for third, fourth, and fifth on back. These guys have kind of checked out. White flag, 1 lap to go for Brinkamp.
Ty looks like he's starting to make a run, though. I don't know if he's got enough time to do it.
Nah, I don't. I think the 78's got this. He's going to be able to cruise through 3 and 4 here, and I think he's going to bring this to the win. But looking back, we got a dive for third here between the 35 and the 23. As the 35 gets under him and beats him to the line.
He did. And Brinkamp takes home the win. Bostic second, Drelling third, Chad Biesinger fourth. Jeff Nairn round out your top five. What about Jeff getting back up to the fifth place? That's a good job for him as well. And but yeah, Brinkamp was able to hang on and takes home the win.
That was there was and I didn't get a chance to see who it was. I just quickly saw it. There was 3 wide coming to line. I think for like 7th, 8th, and 9th back there. It was a pretty amazing run there. These guys did a heck of a job tonight.
And there's your winner, number 78, Brinkamp, sitting on the front stretch. Let's see if he does any celebrations or anything. It's just hanging out.
Don't turn right.
Yeah, apparently not. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Here he is. He's rolling down here to start finish. Just waiting for everybody to finish. And we're going to get a little bit donut action here.
So yeah, so what happens? And he's gonna. These cars have a ton of left side weight, and what happens is when you turn right like that, all the weight unloads on the left side, and it'll just flip you right on over.
That looks like. Well, you ever been on one of those, what they call the scrambler or whatever they call it? It's one of the Black Widows. One of them were called Black Widows. You know, the little things that, actually the teacups. There you go.
The
You remember the
Well,
teacups. There you
teacups?
go.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Riding the
Now
well,
he's
I,
teacup.
on.
I use VR in my iRacing rig. I don't think I'd be doing that.
Well, we'll take this opportunity to thank our sponsors one more time. After that, we'll see if we can catch up with the top 3 finishers and see what they said about what we thought looked to be a great race tonight. We'll be right back. Racing action from the Smoking Tires Sprint Car
they're all
Cup
in the
Series
interview
is
lane.
brought to you by Team 126 Racing, your home for hard-nosed short track racing action from the UK. Like and follow them at facebook.com/Team126Racing.
I say
By
we give it
Butt
to Tony.
Kicker. Feel what you've been missing and experience immersion on a whole new level. Visit thebuttkicker.com to see all of their amazing products today. By
Whatever you want, that's fine.
Track Racer. Experience refined gaming for yourself, including the new Alpine Racing TRX system. For more
Yeah, man, I'll
information,
do that.
visit
That's
trackracer.com today.
He won the heat race, right?
And by Edwards Setup Shop, proud setup provider of the Smoking Tires Sprint Car Cup Series. Visit facebook.com/Edwards Setup Shop for more information. All right, we're back here at Iowa Speedway, and again, got to give thanks to the sponsors here that help put this on, that kind of help bring this show to you and help this league grow here at the Smoking Tire Sprint Car Cup Series. What a heck of a race, guys, tonight. That was a fun thing to look at. All right, let's see if we can get our guys in here. I think Tony's standing by with their third place finisher, which would be Mr. Greg Drelling. Let's get him in here.
Greg, you out here?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, congratulations on your third place finish and your win in the heat race. So tell me, how was your race tonight?
Could have been better. I wanted to be up there battling with my buddy Mark. We're the only two Colorado guys in this league, and we've turned a lot of laps in a lot of different leagues together. I wanted to get up there and battle with him. I just couldn't get enough grip to get up there. But there's always next week.
Yeah, we were watching you make a run. We saw that last lap pass for third, which was great. We were hoping you were going to even try to get up there a little earlier. Caution fell late, and maybe kind of worked out for you too.
Yeah, restarts and starts are kind of tough for me. I don't like them very much. Takes me a while to get into that rhythm. But once I get in that rhythm, I start running guys down. It's kind of a good thing is that you kind of let the field shake out in front of you and start picking cars off at one at a time instead of making 3 or 4 wide, passes.
Yeah, these cars are a little tough, and I can see the single file start too. That doesn't help too much on your restarts. So, do you have anybody else watching tonight, or anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out to my wife and my kids for allowing me the time to do this, and my brother for getting me on iRacing, and thanks to Marshall in this league for having me on, and hopefully we have a good season.
Well, very good, very good. Yeah, it looks like a great leave. It was an exciting, fun race to watch, and I'm looking forward to watching the rest of them.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, congratulations again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that was our third place finisher, Greg Drelling there, and doing a great job out there. But I'm standing by with the second place finisher tonight, Ty Bostic. Put on a great show, put a lot of pressure on our lead. Just came at one spot short. Ty, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Well, we saw a lot of close racing out there, and a lot of guys getting out of shape. How tough was it to hang on to those cars there at the end?
Yes, that car is pretty rough to get a control over. That's the first time I've actually ever driven. I just got it today, and if you get on the gas just slightly too hard, the back end wants to come around hard. So that's hard to get used to. And like I said, it's hard. These cars are a handful.
Well, you're doing better than I did when I first got the car. We tried it out last week too. We were like, actually, I've had the car for a while, but I haven't really driven it. And we were trying it out. And we are like, man, these guys are going to have a handful tonight. And sure enough, they did. But man, you guys did a great job of hanging on to it. Hell, you came in second place there. Just got the car today. That's pretty impressive.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, it took me a little while to get used to it. I struggled in the first little heat race and the first couple of laps throughout the race, but started to get used to it and settled in a little bit throughout the race.
Well, listen, you were right there with Brinkamp. Brinkamp, if I could say that right. Put a little distance on you there towards the end before the caution came out there. I don't know if maybe it was burning up the right front a little bit. I don't know, or the right rear, I guess, in these cars. But did you think you had anything for him there on that restart?
I don't know if I would call him because, like you said, I think I did burn up my tires a little bit. I did slide it coming out of the corners a couple of times. I kind of wiggled a little bit. I tried to gather myself, and that's when he did pull out a little bit away from me. So I was trying to gather myself back up. I did slide it a couple of times, so I think my tires were kind of done for at the end of the race. So I probably didn't have a chance of catching them.
I got you. Well, tonight was just for fun. Next week we start for points. So looking forward to that as well. I'm sure this is good warm up for you heading into Bristol. What do you expect from that place?
Bristol's always a madhouse. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of bumping and banging there, but I guess we'll see how it turns out.
Well, I know we're looking forward to it up here. So good luck to you next week, and want to hand the mic to you. And you got anybody you want to give a shout out to? Anybody watching maybe out there tonight?
Sure, I go shout out my dad. My dad always loves watching these races, and like I said, just glad to be able to get on here and do a good show.
Absolutely, Ty. Well, congratulations again tonight on a good finish. One spot short, looking to get that next spot next week at Bristol. And shout out to his dad as well. So looking forward to having him. And I think, Richie, you've caught up with our winner tonight, Mr. Mark Brinkamp.
Yes, sir. I'm down here in Victory Lane with Mr. Mark Bremkamp. How's it going, sir? I think you had a pretty good day tonight. What's going on?
Oh, just enjoying, this victory because I didn't get any practice laps at all. My practice laps were my 2 laps of qualifying and my heat race. So yeah.
Oh my goodness, I would hate to see what happens with how fast you are when you actually got some practice laps. We were watching during the race. This was looks like a really tough car to have a hands on and a lot of slipping and sliding going on. Except for that number 78 car, you looked like you were on rails the entire night. How was that car for you?
Oh, once I learned how to control the throttle, that's what it's all about with these cars, controlling that throttle, not getting in it too much and learning when to lift, where to lift, all that good stuff. You can make these cars hooked up if you can just learn that throttle control. I've since I started driving these cars, I haven't ever used brakes. So
Yeah, they look like they could have a lot of grip, but definitely look like they got a lot of power. Looks like the guy behind you burned off his right rear tire. There was a late race caution there. Did you get any nerves going on with the restart, thinking that maybe somebody was going to come up behind you and maybe take the win away from you?
yeah, my biggest concern was cooling the tire. The tires getting cooled down too much and glazing over or whatever. So I was just trying to keep the heat in those tires because to me these cars drive better on hot sticky tires than they do cold. You start off a race on fresh tires, it's a handful, but once you start getting a run on them, it works out a lot better. So uh it takes a lot of patience to learn how to drive these cars. So
Well, you sir definitely. If anybody wants to learn how to run these cars, I'd definitely go back and watch you run through the field from your fourth starting spot up to the lead, and you did a fantastic job. So this is the exhibition race that we did this week to get everybody up into speed. Tomorrow, next week starts the regular season. We're going to Bristol Speedway. How do you feel about that?
well, Bristol is, doesn't matter what car I drive there, it's a handful for me. So I think we're going to spend a few days this week learning how to drive the car there and keep it out of the wall. So don't want to be one of them ones to end up in the wall. And what my goal is to be up front contending for a win every race. So if I can do that, then we'll be golden.
Got to be in it to win it, right?
Yes, sir. You ain't in it to win it. I mean, I guess you should be out here just having fun at that point. And if you're not having fun, then what's the point?
Exactly. Exactly. Well, congratulations on your win tonight, taking down the exhibition race, and I can't wait to see what you could do with a little bit of practice under your belt for the next race. And is there anybody out there that watches, or you want to do any shout outs?
I got to give a shout out to my dad. He's currently watching in the living room. I'm not sure if the TV's bleeding over, but got to give a shout out to him.
Absolutely.
Got to give a shout out to my sponsor. They're not on my sprint car yet, but my brother and sister-in-law own a small business called Gears and Glitz. They do a bunch of racing apparel. So if you guys get a chance, go check them out at gnggearswear.com. Go order yourself some custom merch. If you guys want merch made, talk to them. Got to give a shout out to my buddy Greg. I mean, strong third place finish for him. Was hoping he was gonna come up and challenge me for the lead. He had a faster car than me by far, but always next week. So
Yeah, we picked him during his heat race that we thought he was going to be a contender for the win, and he didn't come up through the field, and well, actually, you were just too fast for him there on the long run. So, like I said, congratulations on your win, and we can't wait to see you next week with some practice. Awesome job tonight.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
All right, there's your top three. A couple Colorado kids in the top three. We just learned that. And sounds like, Tony, sounds like these guys are a little concerned about Bristol being next week.
Well, we already know how twitchy the cars are, and you're going to go to a track that's half the size of Iowa. So, and we all know how high banked and fast Bristol is. So it's going to be another interesting race. I can't wait to just turn a few laps just to see what these guys are going to experience. But yeah, it might be a lot of fun. We'll see.
And Richie, we talked about this. This tonight was just about fun, about having fun. Honestly, for us to knock off some rust and for these guys to kind of get in the rhythm. We saw tonight what these guys can do with these cars. Does it? You expect anything to change when points are on the line?
No, I doubt it. I think these guys, it doesn't matter what kind of race it is. These guys went into tonight with the attitude they wanted to win. So, they're going to do whatever they can to win. They looked like they were smooth. They looked like they were a pretty respectful league. So I don't expect that to dissipate over the season. However, Bristol is Bristol. It's a short track with these cars. It's an arena for sure. It's a gladiator arena.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it next week. We appreciate you guys tuning in tonight to some great racing action here on the Smokin Tire Sprint Car Cup Series. That's going to do it for us. For me, for Tony Solari, for Richie Coy, and for Full Throttle TV, I'm Brody Hanna. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next Sunday from Bristol Motor Speedway. Should be a lot of fun. We'll see you then.